So, hello Dibs.
Hi.
From Hawkwind.
Yes,
how's it going?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, it's going really well.
Good.
Yeah,
So you're on tour
Yep.
with the Machine Stops, the album. That's the album.
Yeah, that's
touring.
right. Yeah.
Okay, so Hawkwind, the new album, The Machine Stops. Is it? I don't know if you know. It's number 18 in the mid.
Yeah, we
chart.
got that. We got that in last night. Yeah.
Congratulations about that. Good luck on Friday for the official.
That's the main thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it gets pushed a bit more.
So obviously you joined quite recently, well, a few years, 2000.
2007.
Right. Okay.
I joined. Yeah.
So, but this is the first top 40 album from Hawkwind since like 1982, I think.
82, 81 Sonic Attack
81.
album. Yeah.
Okay, so what's that like? Because it's because you know that it's kind of the first chart success in a while. But does that matter? You know what?
We never really been after commercial success. I think in the 70s it was the Silver Machine single, and after that the next single got banned by the BBC because it was about making bombs in the cellars, Urban Guerrilla, and it was released at the same time as the London pub bombings by the IRA, and the BBC immediately shelved it, and the B-side was about taking drugs, so yeah. But they never really actively sought commercial success.
Mm-hmm.
But we've had one of the strongest lineups in Hawkwind for about 7 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Not really changed in personnel, just sort of swapped roles. Because I started off playing bass, and
but now you're vocal.
and now I'm just doing mainly vocals. We've got this really hot young lad on bass, and he's just amazing. He knows all the songs and he's fast, and it's given everyone space to do other things.
So I should imagine, you know, obviously before you joined the band, you're a big fan of Hawkwind.
I spent 10 years being a roadie. So I actually joined the road crew in '97.
Okay.
But I was a fan from age 15.
Yeah. So what was it like joining such an iconic band? Because I mean, you know, it's all well and good being a roadie, but to actually join the band, that's.
Well, I've been in bands playing space rock before that. Always one eye on maybe I'll get in Hawkwind one day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's kind of living the dream.
Fantastic.
Really, you know, it's like getting on the road crew was great. But after 10 years, it was like, oh, am I ever going to get the job? And then it just happened. You know, it just happened that way. It was just stalked him for long enough, which is what Haz has done. You know, he started out being a fan, following the band, and then he's been on crew for a few years, and graduated.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, so if it's not about commercial success for you, what is it about? Is it just touring? Is it just the buzz? Because I mean,
well, it's an art form. You know, it's art. It's painting with music, especially and then you've got the light show, which is making music with light, with painting, and it complements each other. We just want to put on a really good show, and they've had a strong following ever since it started. I mean, 46 years Hawkwind has been going of one form or another, always with Dave Brock at the helm. Richard the drummer's been there 26 years of those. So there's a lot of history. You kind of have to live up to that, but really, you know, it's about making the best thing we possibly can, and fans like it, great, and we run with it. But we really wanted to do a proper album tour this time round, which is what we did. You know, we've spent a lot of time working on the Machine Stops. We had a lot of tracks, and we've whittled it down to just under 60 minutes that it is, and it's great to be out touring and promoting what you're touring as well. You know, and all the songs are completely different. Well, not completely different to the album, but they've developed since we recorded them and changed. So it's just so exciting, and the fans are lapping it up. It's a risk going out with 80% new material for a band like Hawkwind. Everyone wants to hear the hits or the old 70s stuff, and it's always been about progression with Hawkwind. So
do you do like Silver Machine and things like that, or
we played it a couple of times this tour. There's a guy in Wrexham who we went out to his place for a meal, and he said, "Oh, go and play Silver Machine for us." I thought, "Yeah, okay." And it's my mum's favourite song, and she was at that gig as well. So, but you don't wheel it out all the time.
No,
because it is the hit single. But we did. I mean, the other time we've done a heritage tour, we did Warrior on the Edge of Time because it had never been reissued properly. So we did a year tour in that to sort of promote that. But we tend not to do the heritage thing too much. So it's about new stuff and moving on.
Okay, so the genre space rock. I mean, you say that's kind of you favour that.
Yeah.
Amongst all genres, right? So what is it about space rock? What is it? Is it really that kind of, science fiction kind of feeling? What?
Well, it is. There's always been science fiction myself, and you can see that right back to the days when they started. They would all read the science fiction books of Ray Bradbury and H.G. Wells, Arthur C. Clarke. So I was into all that anyway. But I was into punk. I was a punk before anything happened. Yeah. I'd be Joy Division, Stranglers, that kind of thing. But I was always into sci-fi, but the way Hawkwind played rock music was very primal and brutal anyway, a bit like what I was listening to, so it made sense to combine those things. Because they really invented space rock, I mean, everyone says Pink Floyd were the first ones in space because they did Interstellar Overdrive, but they were very technically proficient, and sort of perfect music, and Hawkwind were described as barbarians with guitars and
that appealed to you?
Yeah, because it was like punk rock, it's like brutal, repetitive riffs, so it's quite good. Yeah.
Okay, so obviously, as we said, previously, you haven't been in the band since it formed, but what do you think it is that's kept the magic going? What do you think it is that's kept Dave running it for so long, and what is it that keeps you in the band?
Well, Dave's it's the passion.
Yeah.
He's got a passion for the music. I mean, he was a blues man when he started out.
Okay.
And a lot of the riffs are blues based and jazz. He's really into his jazz, but it's because he's kept it fresh. I mean, the lineup's been quite fluid for the 46 years. I mean, I said this bunch now. The lineup was really stable, and then we've just had a little sort of cabinet reshuffle, if you like, just to swap roles around for people. But that's kept it fresh because everyone brings their own different take on it. But it's always Hawkwind. It's Dave's vision. He's like the captain of the ship. I suppose it's like people coming and going. You come and join the ship for a bit, or you leave, or you come back. Yeah. But we've all got the same sort of passion for keeping it going. And the fan base now, especially because of the internet and Facebook and Twitter and everything, is getting a bit younger. So you get that, and it's like Baz, he's 22. Some of them are old enough to be his dad, sort of thing. But he's brought that sort of his vision. He grew up with Hawkwind from the 90s. I grew up with Hawkwind from the mid 70s. So we've all had our little bits of influence. He's really into his metal, like Electric Wizard and things like that.
Okay, so what do you see next for Hawkwind? Now, obviously, I mean,
we'll do this first leg of the tour. We've got summer festivals. We're going to Greece and Italy. We're doing Rambling Man in Kent. There's a few more things being lined up for September, October, and then maybe take this out to some really big venues and do really nice one-offs. Because we played in Gateshead in the stage last night, and it was huge. We were able to get all the backdrops up. And from the back, it looked like we like tiny people with black shadows with the huge projections going on. So it'd be nice to do a few more like special shows like that, and maybe a live album off it towards the end of the year.
So is there any more material planned? Is there any kind of writing?
We have constant writing. I mean, Dave is way ahead of all of us. He writes constantly.
Yeah.
But we've got songs that didn't make the cut for this album that will either get developed or they'll stay in the bin, sort of thing. It's easy to fall in the trap of putting bonus material on things, but there's a reason why stuff was binned. If it's not good enough, why put it out again years on just to fill the material up?
Right,
I mean, we had 70. We had more. We had 120 minutes of material. Whittled it to 70, and then thought, no, we'll whittle it again. So that's where it goes. Some of it might. I mean, there's a couple of things we play that are off Dave's solo album, and we've already we write more electronic pieces as we go on because there's a lot of spoken word stuff that I've been writing. But if it's a really big success this year, then another studio album in a year, why not?
Fantastic. Can't wait. Dibs, thank you very much.
Welcome.
Have a lovely show.
Thank you very much. Cheers, guys.
Great.
Nice one, man.